大家好. So this is a short review for Lesson 17 chapter test. In this review, I'm going to focus on two grammar points which you need to get ready before you take the test. Okay, the first one is question pronouns 加都. Okay, and in class we went over two sets of sentences. One is question pronouns pairs with 都 and with verbs in affirmative form. For example, 谁都认识，哪儿都去过，几点都可以。Or question pronouns and 都 they can be paired with the negative forms of verbs. 比如说，谁都不认识，哪儿都没去过，几点都不可以。Okay? Now, the first set of sentences basically is saying all. Now, the second set of sentences basically is saying none. So, 谁都认识 means he knows everybody, all of the people at W&J. 谁都不认识 means he doesn't know anybody. He knows nobody. 好, with this in mind, I want you to try these 4 sentences, and before you move on to the next slide, pause my video and ask yourself, these 4 question pronouns, where should I put them? Okay, by the way, for this lesson, we're going to only focus on these 4 question pronouns, although in reality, we have tons of other question pronouns, but that's not what you need to worry about right now. Okay, so now you can pause my video, ask yourself. 好, welcome back. Now, let's go over the 4 sentences together. 第一个, 我在宿舍等你，你几点来都可以. So, I will wait for you at my dorm. You can come over anytime. Okay? 好，那么第二个，李友吃素，什么肉都不吃. So this one is a little bit more challenging. 李友 is a vegetarian. She doesn't eat any types of meat. Okay. 好，那么第三个，在学校他有很多朋友，谁都认识. So at school, he has a lot of friends. He knows all of them. He knows everybody. Okay? 好，那么最后一个，他喜欢在家看书，哪儿都不去。Okay, so he enjoys reading books at home. He doesn't go anywhere. One of the tips that you can consider to use is to first find out the verb in a sentence. So in this case, let's use number 1 as an example. So the verb here is lie. So lie very likely will go with either like the time or like the location. But which one? Okay. So when you're not sure, then you should look at the whole 2 sentences and which is the context. 我在宿舍等你, so I'm waiting for you at my dorm. So the location is fixed. So 哪儿 doesn't make any sense. Okay. Now, 你来, so you comes. So 谁 doesn't make any sense because the actor of the action is fixed. Okay. Now, 什么 doesn't make any sense either because here we don't choose. If we say something like whatever you bring over, it's okay, then 什么 would make sense. However, here it's just simply to come. Then, therefore, the one that makes the most of the sense is 几点. Since I'm waiting at my dorm, you can come over anytime. Okay, the second grammar point we're going to cover today is the one we went over in class. like these sentences. So we can use verb 的下 or verb 不下. Basically, this is a potential complement. So we use this potential complement to indicate whether there is a capacity in a container or in a space which can hold enough people or objects or things. For example, 这个教室太小了，连10个人都坐不下。This classroom is too small to allow 10 people sit down. Okay? And or 这个房间很大，连10张桌子都放得下。This room is really big. It can even put down 10 tables. Okay. 好 Now, we will look at more verbs that could be paired with this potential complement. Okay, so first let's pause this video and then ask yourself, can you recognize all these verbs? All these verbs we have already learned. Okay, now please pause. Okay, welcome back. So 吃 坐 to sit, 放 to put, 住 to live, 喝 so notice I didn't explain 吃 and 喝 because I think these two definitely you guys remember them. Okay, now before move to the next slide, can you pause my video again and ask yourself, which verb should I choose for each of these sentences? Okay, now please pause my video. Okay, now we'll come back. Let's go over the 5 sentences here. 好，第一个，这个教室很大，坐得下15个学生。好， now this classroom is really big and 15 students can sit in that classroom. Okay? 好，那么第二个，这张桌子很大，放得下一个电脑。So this table is really big. A laptop or a computer can be put on the table. So this table has enough room to put a laptop on it. 好，那么第三个，这个卧室住不下2个人。Now, this bedroom cannot live 2 people. Okay, now, this 2, number 1 and number 3 may be a little confusing. Now, for number 3, you may ask me, can I put the 坐 here? 这个卧室坐不下两个人. Yes, you can. Basically, you're saying, oh, this bedroom is too small, cannot even allow 2 people, doesn't have enough space for 2 people to sit down. But what about this one? 这个教室很大，住得下15个学生. Students should not live in a classroom. They should live in their dorm. Okay, so that's why 住 doesn't apply here. 好，那么第四个，他喜欢咖啡，一次喝得下5杯咖啡. This is very straightforward. You should use a drink. Okay, now number 5. 我一次吃得下100个饺子. This is also very straightforward. You should use it to eat. Now, the 3 verbs that's could be a little confusing. It's 做, 放, 住. Now, you have to read the sentence because the sentence basically serves as a context. So you have to understand in what context and which verb should be used. Okay, so 教室, students sit to take the class or take the lecture, and 卧室, you live there. Okay, a table, you put things on it. That's why you should use 放. Okay, now give you one more step. What if I number one, if I say 这个教室很大, if I replace 学生 with tables, which verb should I choose? Should I choose 坐? Should I choose 放? Or should I choose 住? Okay, I think you got correctly. You should use 放 this time. Because when I replace 学生 with table, I put tables in the classroom. And a table cannot sit in the classroom by itself. That's why you have to have someone to put the table there. So if I replace 学生 in this sentence with table instead of 坐, you should say 这个教室很大，放得下15张桌子。Okay, 好，that's all for this review. Good luck for your test.